Those go first.
Hit me with the rumor.
Get it straight.
Let's go. I like it.
All right. Welcome to the No Weakfoot podcast, the weekly podcast dedicated to all things San Jose Earthquakes. This podcast has been in the works for a couple of years now, and we finally put everything together. With my there's some co-hosts with me. We have Rogelio.
Yeah. How's it going?
Rico.
What up? We're all very dedicated Earthquakes fans that, we just want to talk about the team, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So to start off,
hopefully focusing on the good.
Hopefully there's a lot more good than bad this year, right? So something that happened this offseason is a manager change, right? We have some new faces, and the preseason's officially underway too, right? So let's talk a little bit about Bruce Arena's arrival, right? What do you guys think that Bruce Arena brings to the club? Rogelio, you want to start?
Sure. First of all, I want to talk about the shitty coach that we had. No offense, the bad coach that we had last season. Just because I just didn't like his overall lax attitude as a coach, and like the whole, as long as morale's good, as long as everybody's happy, like we're fine, even if we're still losing. And I hate that kind of mentality, because if you're in the league and you're just there to get a paycheck every week, not even trying, like get out of here. You know what I'm saying? If you're there, you got to get the win. You got to try to win. Now you're just wasting your time, wasting everybody's time. Like that's what gets people going. That's what sells the tickets. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets eyes on the team is more championships, more wins. So I hated that, and hopefully Bruce Arena and this whole new coach and his staff can like really mix things up. And I want to see some yelling. I want to see an angry coach yelling at these lazy motherfuckers that are just like half-assing it. And I want to see some movement. I want to see a lot of aggression, and hopefully he mixes things up.
Yeah, bro. To be honest, last year was trash, especially at the end of halves, end of games, giving up goals. I feel like that comes down to coaching, right? It's like last 5 minutes, bro. They just put their hands down, and you could call it. You'd be like, fuck, we're up by 1. Here we go, last minute goal every time, bro." And it's just like at a certain point, it's just like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
But I think it really does come down to coaching a lot of the times, bro. Because I mean, I played soccer in high school, and as soon as you see a guy that's not putting in effort or like looks lackadaisical, you get that sucker out. I know it's harder in MLS, right? But at least you give him a talking to. You bring the captain over and say, "Hey, go get number whatever," and fucking light a fire under his ass, right? Because he's not cutting it right now. And yeah, a little talking to something. Like I think coaches like last year and years past, they're scared to like make somebody look bad, right? Because they're all professionals. But at some point, somebody's got to be the grown up in the room and say, "Hey, you're fucking up. You're not doing your job." Like point at him, do something, right? So the fans see like, "Oh, okay, something." Like if he messes up, then we know he messed up because he's not trying. Then when you take him out, everyone's like, "Why the fuck did you take him out?" But like, look, this is why, and I pointed at him, I yelled at him, and he's not giving me nothing today. So I'm gonna go with somebody else, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably Bruce Arena can ruffle feathers too, man. I think he knows the league enough where he knows what he wants and he expected of players at this point.
Yeah, I mean he's a winner. He's a league winner.
Exactly, and we have a coach now that that has respect from all of his players, I think, and I think he has enough guts to say, hey, you know what, you're not playing, even though you're the star of the team or whatever. Like, get him out of here because you're not producing, right? And I think that's something that's going to change because there's some players from last year that I don't think deserve to be playing anymore. And fortunately, some of them are not here anymore. But and I think with these new additions, and I think there are some probably bigger egos too, right? I think he's somebody who can check all those guys.
Speaking of the new additions, we got a couple new signings, some nice, exciting signings, to be honest, because we were kind of hoping for some. Honestly, with again, as you mentioned, a bad season, we had a lot of great opportunities in the top half, and just wasted chances. So it's good to have these signings that are just technically like straight number nines, like really goal oriented mindsets. Saying like they don't really care about the tiki taka. Their first goal is to like, do I have an opportunity to shoot? And if I do got it, I'm gonna take it. What do you guys think about it?
I think Chicho. First, I think he brings a lot of power and speed, and I guess just proven goal scoring ability that we didn't have before. I shared a graph with you guys, in our text group, and you see how far Jabo was, how deep he had to come back to get the ball every time, and I think he played so deep where he wasn't in the box at times scoring those goals, and that Christian crosses the ball and they're pretty accurate most of the time, but there's nobody there to finish the goals, and I think that he's going to be feasting off of that. And I'm going to say now, maybe he'll be in the Golden Boot race this year, right? Yeah, and then when you talk about Joseph, another proven goal scorer. I know he has like over 100 goals now.
Yeah, dude. If he plays his cards right, hey, he could break that top 5, top 3 with us. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the tools to really feed a good striker. We've shown it before. A good number 9, a solid poacher in our team, it does numbers for sure.
Yeah, and now we have 2, right? Which is even better. Like I don't. It's been a very long time since we had 2 capable strikers that can score on a regular basis and score consistently. Joseph did it with the team last year. That wasn't all that great either. I think he got over 10 goals last year. So if he can do that or kind of get us,
They went to the
numbers, I
playoffs.
think we'll do more. They got to the playoffs. Yeah, well,
I think they went to the playoffs, right, Montreal?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's in a similar set, right? Where he was the star of the show, right? But if we can get a non and Christian click in, and those 4 guys working together, I think those numbers would go up, and it'll be much better than what Jabo was able to produce last year, and Judd.
When they signed Chicho, I was super pumped. Not gonna lie. I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's get, we're gonna get something cracking. And then when they got Joseph, double pumped.
Yeah, dude.
There's a double scoring
I
attack,
didn't even
bro. And these
mind. I
guys
was
are
low key. I
proven
was
goal
like,
scorers.
okay, we're actually signing people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we actually give a fuck this
Yeah,
year. You know what I'm
you know what I
saying?
mean? As because what we didn't mention is Bruce Arena is not just the coach, right? He's the sporting director.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
And everybody knows if you're a Quakes fan, these guys don't like to spend money, right?
Yeah,
Look at the stadium, right? Look at other stuff that I won't even get into right now because we're gonna say that for another episode.
for
But they
another
don't
talk.
like to spend money. This guy came in and
Yeah,
was like, "No, fuck that. You're gonna spend, buddy. I didn't come here to lose. I didn't come here to put my reputation on the line for you guys to make me look bad. I need some help."
Bruce Arena already has a track record of winning, right? And he says, hey, you know what? If you give me the players that I want, or players that with the set of skills that I need, I can get somewhere, right? And I think he probably has enough sway with John to say, hey, you know what? You give me the people I want, I can make something happen for you. And that maybe I made that even though he was an international coach, right? Um, he didn't know how to navigate MLS.
Hopefully, with this Bruce Arena and moving forward, we'll have a better relationship. As Eli's mentioned, he's like already has good rapport with MLS regulations and like objectives, and just all in sense a winning
And the
mentality with
referees.
and the referees with LA Galaxy's
Yeah,
punch
bro. You
dresses.
gotta know the referees. The refs gotta be able to respect you, right? They're not gonna take some fucking shit from some nobody.
Mm-hmm.
This guy actually knows what he's doing. He's talking. And I don't think I'm not talking about like just talking shit to the ref, but if you see something like they're not calling something or a guy's being dirty or something, if it's me, a new guy, they're like, who the fuck's this guy? I'm not gonna care. But it's Bruce Arena, goddammit. You respect Bruce. And people say he's a hard ass and he might be a
I
dick or
hope so.
something.
I hope
But that's
so.
what you need, bro.
Shit, I hope so. But
That's
yeah.
what you need.
But
You need structure.
moving on with this topic at hand. With these new signings and with a lot more options in the attacking and a couple less options in the midfield, it brings into question like what formation we're going to move into now. We're not going to be rocking that 4-3-3 with the wingers anymore, and like that type. We can throw it up to imagination. So I don't know if any of you guys want to start off, or Rico or Eli, with a potential formation you guys have in mind. Some players that can fill that formation
Uh,
up.
so I think they should go with the 4-4-2,
4-4-2. You
just
mentioned.
because I feel like if we have Martinez and Arango up front, Espinosa and Lopez in the mid on the outside, K and Harks, they're gonna be a little bit right behind them. And it's gonna be a surprise to some people, but I think we should go with Nick Lima and Paul Marie on the edges, Rodriguez and Victor Costa right on the inside of those two, and of course we got Daniel in the net. Um, with two guys up front, if one of them misses, you know that other dude's going to be right behind him. I feel like Espinosa and Lopez. I mean, Espinosa on the right side is proven. Nobody could say anything about that.
Oh, dude, nah.
Lopez with that cutback move that he has to his right
Oh,
foot, bro, on the left side, a good. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Marie, I mean, he's proven himself to me. Nick Lima's fast as fuck on that right side. He's familiar.
But I like the formation. I like it. I like it. I like it. 4-4-2. I like it.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but Victor Costa and Rodriguez are playing at the back. They both speak Portuguese. That might help.
Mm-hmm. Eli,
What about you, brother?
your take on the formation?
Yeah, so I think
Who's
it'll be
possible, things like that.
a four. It's a 4-1, 4-1-2-1, or a 4-3-1-2.
Okay.
So it'll be Nick Rodriguez, Bruno Costa, or Bruno Wilson, I think, and then the left back would be Victor Costa, and then we
Oh,
got
okay.
so because I don't think Victor Costa plays what do you call it, center back, because I think he plays left back, but
He does this year,
center mid.
baby.
He does this year. Yeah, you know what? It went so bad last year. Why not at this point?
You got to
Get
improvise, my boy.
gotta make it happen. Mark Anthony K at center mid, or the holding midfielder, just playing a destroyer. Easy balls out, right? Just kind of stop plays, collect, and basically give the ball to Ednan to work his magic. We'll have him at the 10, and then we'll have Christian on the right side, and then probably Pellegrino on the left side, and then our two new strikers playing up front. So Joseph and Chicho. So they should get service. I know that our midfield is probably not. We're probably gonna lead goals, but if we can score more than the opponent, I think we'll win games, right? If we can score, if they score 4 and we score 5, then we'll win, right? And I think that'll make it more exciting for the fans locally too.
Hopefully, it doesn't get to that point where we're just battling out with goals. It's gonna be pretty scary. I don't know. Hopefully, want to avoid that whole defensive breakdown. Hopefully in the future. I'm also in agreement with the formation itself. I'd want to switch it up just a tad bit. I'm with Rico on this. I mean, I know he's traditionally a left back, but he's 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a pretty tall guy. You know what I'm saying? He could fill that role. We could transition him into the center back position, no problem. So I'd have again Murray on the left, boom, come back in because he's already been proven, bro. Like I get Victor. Victor is that's what we got him for and whatnot. But listen, we're not gonna have a new guy. I mean, I get Wilson. Wilson could fit into that. You know what I'm saying? Which is and another side. But then who are we gonna have on the other? Definitely put Vitor and test him out as a center back. They're gonna have Nick Lim on the right again as well. Here's where a lot of people would contest with me. I'm gonna have Rodriguez as a center defensive mid or a center mid, solid, just the holding back center mid, and not in the center back position. Now, the reason I say that is because if you've seen his games, if you actually go to the games, if you actually see him play, he loves to build up from the back. He loves to intercept and take the ball up and push it forward and create chance. He wants to push the ball forward. And when he does that, it's great. Sometimes it works out 50-50, maybe 60-40. I'll give it to him. but he's leaving that gap open, and which really messes up on the counterattack, and it's happened couple times. And if he's going to be doing that, might as well keep him up there, you know. So might as well have him as our center mid holding back and let him have those interceptions and they build up forward with our freaking goated Hernan Lopez, you know what I'm saying, in the middle. And then boom, after that, it's that trifecta of these 2, 3 elite guys that we're gonna have hopefully that they mesh perfectly and then boom, outscore as Eli put it, these other teams. And another change that I would do with this 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-3-1-2, however you want to put it. I wouldn't have Espinoza. By the way, I'd call him Crispy, because it's Christian, Chris, and then Espinoza, SB, Crispy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways. Um, I'd have him on the left. You motherfucker.
Yes,
I, so I'd have him
yes.
on the left
I
side.
literally just asked. Oh my God, Daniel's on
All right,
point.
anyways, and so I'd have him on the left side. And Espinoza, why do you have him on the left side? He's been so good on the right side. You know, he can send those crosses and this and that. Well, guess what? He can also send those crosses on the left side too. But this time he'll be able to freaking cut and score goals, score those nice finesse shots, and just be all around working because I know he can create better if he's on the left side with his dominant foot and he can like outplay opponents from the line on the left side. And you can have Pellegrino on the right. After that, you have obviously Aaron Lopez and Martinez and Chicho Rango. Boom. That's what we got going right there.
So
That's not
if you're
bad.
gonna have Rodriguez play so high, then why not play with 5 in the back at that point?
No,
Right?
because the point is for Marie and Nick Lima to be the lateral guys and just be
Mhm.
like right there as feeding in. Like so, you're gonna have them on the side
They're
and then
set.
pushing the ball forward.
They're
Lateral
setting
pushing
up,
the
bro.
forward. You're not gonna be the ones crossing it.
Yeah,
If they have opportunity, they will,
Mhm.
but they're not gonna be wingers. They're not gonna be wing backs. They're gonna be just up to the front and
they're gonna
letting.
set the.
You know what I'm
Sorry, I
saying?
didn't mean to cut
Rico
you off,
gets it.
but
I think Rico understands what I'm trying to say.
they're gonna set the play up, bro, from the back. We're gonna play
Exactly.
from the
You
back to
don't
the
want.
outside to we're gonna pass. Say Nick Lima gets the ball, right? Boom, right side. What's he gonna do? Beat this guy. Pass it right to Christian. Christian's gonna make a cut and boom, slot it to Joseph. Joseph's gonna
Exactly.
fucking slot it back to Arango. Arango's gonna make 2 moves. Blah
Boom,
blah
exactly.
blah.
That's
You know
what
what I'm
it is.
saying?
You're not gonna have him
That's
as a
for
wing back to like boom, oh Nick Nima, now you take it all the way down the line and Espinosa's gonna fucking
Mhm.
let him overlap him and then Espinosa's gonna drop back and now Espinosa's gonna be out of the play because he's gonna be covering Nick Lima. No, we're not gonna have that bullshit again. We're gonna be playing our
yes.
positions and we're gonna be playing it
Mhm.
solidly. Boom. If you beat your guy, you intercepted in Nick Lima, good. Push it forward. You see open space, give it to Espinosa as he said, boom, or give it to Pellegrino. Now you let them play because those are the creators. That's the center mid. Those are the attackers. You've done your job already. Does that make sense?
All right. So this is what I'm understanding, right? So Rodriguez would be the person stealing the ball, right, and just dishing it out. But I guess you're saying it because he likes to drive the ball forward, and he likes to be a conductor sometimes.
Rodriguez, yeah, and the inside. And if he does that already, you don't have anybody in that hole anymore because you already have your 2 center backs in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's who's covering him.
So then that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't it make sense to have another center back there? What's the guy that we got?
But then
Rodney.
who's gonna be? But then who's gonna be in the middle?
That's what I'm
Only
saying. So
only Lopez.
you have. Well, this is what I'm trying to get at, right? So, um,
Hey, we're gonna have K and Harks, 2 Revolution players that are used to playing with each other, have probably good communication already. Like, you know what I mean?
mm,
There's not gonna be any drama. They know each other, they're homies. And plus they came together. They're like, all right, bro, we're in this together, my boy. Like, you know what I mean?
and Nan played as a right mid in Argentina before he came to play with us. I don't know if you know that shit, but so I mean, it would make sense the formation
Of
that
course.
Ricardo
Of course we know that.
puts up like that. Just play an empty bucket and have them float, right? So have fucking and not either take the wing or being able to play more centrally in attack and kind of shift into that 4-3-3 attacking, right, and play that play the 4-2-2 defending. Does that make sense? That kind of
Yeah,
makes sense
but
now.
like
I
you
gotta
said,
think about it. But
this is like a starting lineup, right? We're not gonna stick to this lineup, but of
Yeah.
course we all
It's
have our
just
own little
a
opinions.
vague like formation
But
that they have to
at,
follow.
yeah,
at least like me and Jalita agree that we have a little like what's gonna be our gameplay, right? Like what's our
Yeah.
style? We're gonna push
Mhm.
from the
Correct.
back. We're not gonna go, we're not gonna be playing from the back, 1, 2, fucking 3, 4. That's not gonna be our strong suit. Our strong suit is gonna be get the ball, push it to the outside, move it forward, stay the fucker
Compartmentalize
out of the way.
what it is. Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of too much times back season where like people are just trying to do the most. I mean, and the reason I put Rodriguez is there because if he's going to do the most, he's already in a position where he can fuck up and nothing bad will happen because he's got everybody around him backing him up.
Or like
That's all. That's the
Carlos
only reason
Grueso
I
used
put
to
it
do
there.
that, try to play out from the back. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
well,
So
he
that's
would
what it
always
is.
invariably lose the ball. You know what I mean? And then boom, score. Like I said before, fucking last minute, we're up by one, and then some bullshit because he's trying to play out the look cute for the camera, trying to be strategic, and then he loses the ball and gets scored on. Fuck that. You get the
Mhm.
ball, it's 1, 2 touches at most, let somebody else do the work. So, I mean, we're not gonna all agree on the starting lineup, but like I
Yeah.
said,
We're not
it's
going
a
to be
good
all like,
start at
oh, this
least
is
because now we
what's
have
going to be
options. Like
concrete
we can
cemented
actually
or
argue
whatever.
about it before, right? Before you'd be like, "What's the starting lineup?" Everyone would tell you the same 11 players because it's like
Hmm.
that's what we had. We didn't
Yeah,
have
exactly.
options. Now we got
Exactly.
options, right?
We can move it
So just
around.
to that,
Tommy
you know what
Thompson
I mean?
should have been a cam, but they played him as a right back towards the end, and they made it unjustified. That's why he left in his career when he took a nosedive. But you know what? I don't want to get into that right now. Quick till I die. Tommy Thompson, rest in peace. You've always
He
valued
was too damn small. He was too damn small, bro.
in the back,
No
right?
offense.
He
Tommy
wasn't. It
Thompson's a
wasn't his
good guy.
position.
I met
He
him.
should have
Yeah,
been a cam.
why is he playing that position?
I don't
Yeah, you
know.
need a giant back
Anyway,
there, not
But
a
anyways,
little dude
ultimately,
shorter
I
than
think
me,
all
Memphis
right.
type person.
Closing out, ultimately, I think a realistic goal for the Quakes this season is to make the playoffs. Like you know, what I'm saying we're with some hope of hosting like a game at the Earthquakes. You know, saying the home playoff game at PayPal Park. That'd be cool. You know, can we
Hold on,
make
I'm right here.
PayPal Park a fortress again? We want to hear from you guys. Comment down below. You know, give it a like, give it a dislike. Ban us. I don't care what it is, but let us know your expectations for the season. How do you think about the lineup? What do you think about the new signings, the new coach? Type of whole essay, type of paragraph. It doesn't matter. You know, we want to hear from you guys. It's a conversation podcast that we talk about with the whole community. Can't wait to hear you guys and for what it is about, you know, the earthquakes and the new season. But that's it for the new episode of the No Weakfoot podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time, I guess. Go Quakes. All right, follow
Are
at
we
Jay
just
Sandoval 408 on Twitter. Follow at Jaleel 408 on Twitter. Follow at No Weakfoot Podcast on Twitter, on X, on the YouTubes. This will pop out and probably on X first if you're gonna format it, and then hopefully after that on YouTube. Rico, what's your at? Go ahead and plug yourself in, brother. All right, and that's what it is, baby. So y'all have a good one. Go Quakes.
go Quakes?